My first business totally failed. And it failed because I didn't understand two very, very important things. And I'll come to those important things in a minute. But I started a business because, I'm working class kid, council estate kid, and wanted to have a different life. I had a dream, for want of a word, and wanted to do something. And it was in the printing industry, which is what I'd known. And my biggest issue was I had a great service. People loved what I did. The customers I did have absolutely loved what I did, but I couldn't get enough customers. And so the stuff that was coming to me from people who knew me and heard about me and all that kind of stuff, that was brilliant, but it wasn't enough. And so some months there'd be no business at all. And then other months it'd be really busy. And it just never took off. And I ended up really badly in debt, bit humiliated. And eventually I didn't quit. And that's a good sign. But for me, the writing was on the wall. And I just expected somehow it would change. And it wouldn't change until I knew how to get more customers. So, tail between my legs, I moved back in with my parents. I got a job and ended up working for another company where I learned the real skills that I need to make a business fly. And they are the ability to capture leads and the ability to convert those leads into customers. And you don't have to be a brilliant salesperson. But up till that point, all I had known is people coming to me. They were already kind of pre-sold. They knew me. They'd been recommended to me. And so they were easy sales. I'd never actually had to generate leads or get clients for myself before from scratch. And so I just was not prepared for it. And then I went into this working for somebody else. And I had to learn that because I got into a job where that was expected of me. And here's what I discovered. When I was running my own business, I thought the secret was, we'll send more fax messages, we'll send more email marketing, we'll do all this stuff, more stuff. And the issue was, I just wasn't resonating with the people. The message, what I was offering, the way I was putting it together just wasn't resonating. And so my approach to fix it was do more stuff. My approach to fix it was try this tactic, this shiny object. And I missed the fundamental thing that for me to get a lead, somebody has to be curious. For me to convert a lead, I have to show them that I've got a brilliant way to solve their problem. And so my issue was I was looking to external things when the reality was I didn't understand my customer very well. I understood them kind of, but not from the sense of what makes them take action. Why would they take action? What message do they respond to? What drives them to respond? How do they feel about the issues they've got? I didn't get into the depth of that. I had this surface level understanding of my customers. And so that meant that when I was marketing, when I was doing stuff, when I was getting leads, even, not many, but when I wasn't actually resonating to the point where their person could go, yeah, this is for me. And I see a lot of people doing the same thing on LinkedIn. They're doing more stuff, posting more, messaging more, and it's trying to compensate for a lack of resonance. And as tough love as this is, if you're finding LinkedIn's not working, you're not getting leads, you're not able to convert the leads, the buck stops with you understand your customer. Do you know how to make them take action? Do you know how to resonate with them? Do you know what prompts them to buy? Do you understand them deeply enough to actually trigger all of that stuff? And I didn't. And that's why my first business was a disaster. And if you're watching me and you're in that place where you're going, I'm doing a lot of stuff, but it's not really returning something, it's not about doing more stuff. I had a bitch at Alex Hormozy last night because he said, just do more work. And it's like, that doesn't work. Doing more work that's not actually working is not the answer. It's finding out why it's not working and then fixing that and then putting some effort in. And so if you're watching me or listening to me, one of the biggest things I want you to understand is, and one of the reasons why I built the Social Selling Accelerator was not because people can't learn LinkedIn themselves. It's the fact that they've got to learn LinkedIn, get time management under control so it's not taking forever, and get their messaging clarity lined up so that they can actually convert. Sure, I can teach you to post on LinkedIn. I could teach you to post on LinkedIn, and you could post the most amazing stuff and you could go viral every time, but you won't make money. You won't get leads unless you trigger people to take action. And when you've got them to take action, you need to get them on a call. And when you get them on a call, you've got to be able to draw out what they need, resonate with them, and tailor how you serve them so that they see this is the best decision for me. And that's the journey that I had to fail in business the first time to understand that it wasn't as simple as just promoting what I do, getting my name out there. I had to actually resonate and trigger action. Otherwise, I wouldn't sell anything. And I wish I'd learned it earlier. And that's why I've devoted, starting a business is your dream. It's you realizing a kind of sense of mission. It's you making a difference in the world. It's you doing something. A business is more than just making money. It's actually purpose. And so for many people, why I started the Accelerator is they've got this purpose, they've got this mission, but they're struggling to get it into a sustainable, realizable, long-term thing because they're all reliant on referrals. They've not cracked how to acquire leads and convert them very well. And so I started it and I set my own new mission. So once I'd cracked all of that, learned it all, I decided to have another go and start my business again. But this time, my mission was to help other people solve that problem, solve that lead and conversion problem. How do I get leads and how do I convert them? Through the medium of social selling, LinkedIn. So if you resonate with what I've shared, if you resonate with my story, maybe you see yourself in that story, I'd love you to reach out, chat to me. Like I said, I designed the Accelerator with you in mind because I know how difficult and frustrating it is when you know you can help people, you know you've got something to offer them, and they just don't see it. They just don't see the need to buy it. And that wasn't a tactics problem. It wasn't a shiny object, a subscription I needed. It was my message and the way I'd positioned myself that was causing the problem. So message me if you resonate with what I've said. Let me know, comment below, or message me. And if you want to check out the Accelerator, there'll be a link around here somewhere.